Hello, I'm Alex Schultz. Welcome to my Paper Airplanes website, paperairplanes.co.uk. The plane I'm going to show you how to make in this video is the Cobra paper airplane, which is one of the planes I made myself. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It flies very straight, very true. That's the kind of paper airplane the Cobra is. Really, really good for sort of flying if you're trying to target shoot, if you're trying to hit something in, a straight line. So there's the piece of paper we're going to be using. This starts off the way that most of the planes that I do start, which is with a fold dead down the centre of the plane. Try and line up the corners at the top and bottom to give yourself a straight fold down the middle. Start the fold by pressing with the pad of your finger, palm of your hand maybe, and then solidify it by running your fingernail up and down the crease. Flip it over, do it the same way because this plane has a lot of back and forth collapsing and folding. And there it is flat. Now take the top right hand corner, fold it down so that top edge is aligned with the crease down the centre of the page. You want for this plane to be as close to perfect with your folds as possible. Some planes are forgiving. This plane's fairly forgiving, but because you have all these collapse folds, it's going to make your life much easier when you're folding it if it's lined up. It's forgiving in terms of flying if these folds aren't lined up, but folding it becomes a lot harder if you haven't lined up the fold well. So you can see I folded both corner edges into the center line with the old top line parallel with the crease you've got down the center. Now you take the tip and you fold it to where your new cross line meets the horizontal and vertical line there, and again you just press down with the pad of your finger first and then scooch it. You can hear that noise with your nails to make it a really tight fold. I like to fold this one both directions because we're going to do a collapse in a second. So now you open it all up, you can see you have a clear diagonal lines here, and then you have kind of a box of lines here. One more fold you want to make before you do the collapse is just to fold along that horizontal line you saw here. You just want to fold that line, flat across here. Same deal, just make the fold run in both directions. So the next thing you want to do is collapse this down. That box serves you well. You see the box replicated here. Press that nose down, press the nose down, and make sure you get your creases coming in. Your creases coming in like that. Flatten the whole thing off, and you see push in, push down, collapse. There's your collapse fold. Now what we're going to do is use this horizontal line here, and we're going to fold all of that scrunchy bit up inside the plane so that when this part becomes the nose of the plane, you don't have any of the sort of pockets that are created from doing a collapse fold getting in the way and capturing sort of the wind and as the plane's flying past and therefore causing it to stall. Okay, so now we've shortened the plane significantly. What we want to do next is take this top corner here, and again you see this vertical line, this horizontal line, fold it to the cross of the vertical and horizontal lines right here. Push it down with your finger to keep it flat, and then crease it nice and hard creases again. Flip it over and just break that crease back in the other direction because you're going to do a collapse fold. Same here, tip into the cross of those two lines, crease it like really hard, really nice hard creases. Flip it over and just break that crease in the other direction again because you're going to do a collapse fold in a second. Open this up, and what you can do is you can sort of push in this line here, push in, and then because you've collapsed in the other direction, this fold you made before helps you, and then you just collapse it all in. We'll repeat it with this side, show you again. You push in with this, you use the line you folded just before, and it all collapses in really nicely to give you that shape. That's how it looks, and you can see all of these earlier folds tucked in inside. And again, you can see if you didn't fold it that perfectly, it's fine they're folded up inside, but it would have made your collapse folds hard to do. So now to tie them all in place, you just let the plane fall in half very naturally along that center fold, and then we create the wings. So as per usual, you're probably very familiar with this shape if you've made a few of my planes already. You just take this top edge here, you fold it down to the center fold, to the original center fold, so that it's lined up perfectly, and then you crease that wing. And I like to do these ones just with the pad of my hand, pad of my finger, because you want these wings to sort of be able to spring back out like that. Flip over, repeat the process on the other side. Really important that you get the two wings as perfectly even as possible, because otherwise the plane will fly off in one direction or another. And so now you have it here. You want to make the dihedral angle pretty much like that in order for the plane to fly well. If anything, the wings sloped up a little bit to keep it flying straight and even. So now what I'm going to do is show you the plane flying. I've had a lot of criticism in my other videos for not doing enough visuals of the planes flying. So here you go. You can see my living room, my bike. So here's the plane. Let's show you the plane flying as it does really well, just like that. As you can see, it's a plane that flies really straight, really true, and you can work out how to make it fly further with a little bit more welly when you give it a go.